Well, remember when BlackBerry was the only smartphone that people used?
But since that time, iPhone and Androids have taken a lot of market share from the once dominant device maker.
But don't count BlackBerry out just yet. Our gadget guy, Steve Van Dinter, has a sneak peek at their dramatically redesigned smartphone. Hi, Steve.
Good evening. You know, for many of us, I think BlackBerry meant an awesome smartphone that, what was it? It was great for email and email only. And this is probably the device that you're thinking of. It had the physical keyboard, it had the small screen. Well, BlackBerry, as we know, it is no more, and they've revamped, and they've really come out with a neat device. This one is called the Z10, and it's actually going to be released later this week. Neat thing about this device, though, it looks nothing like an old BlackBerry. It functions nothing like it. Yeah, if you look at the design, looks very much like an iPhone in terms of form factor. The operating system itself, BlackBerry 10, the notification or the app drawer looks very much like an iPhone. The drop down, it looks very familiar to people who have an Android device, so it's very much like the notifications in Android. And if you've got open apps, it very much looks like the old Palm operating system. So very interesting what they did there, obviously going ahead and seeming like blending some of the best of all the different phone technologies out there. They've also got your BlackBerry Hub now, and this is very BlackBerry unique. I'll set this down here so it's a little easier to see. BlackBerry Hub, which has kind of your messaging center. So this is where you get your BlackBerry Messenger, your text messages, your Gmail. Very much if you had an old smartphone BlackBerry back in the day, this is similar to that whole where all your messages went into. So,
and people like the BlackBerry because the email is so secure.
The email is so secure, and for network operators, that was one of the reasons many of them stayed with that back in the day. Then people obviously wanted apps and apps and more apps, and business folks started to go to iPhones and Android devices. And so really what you've seen here is them meld the best of both worlds. The security of the old BlackBerry operating system with, of course, the multimedia features now of the new BlackBerry operating system. Camera here, this one's got an 8-megapixel digital camera. The neat thing about this, it has something called time shift technology. So if I were to take a picture of you guys real quick here, if you look at me, what it'll do is it identifies the faces, and you'll see here, it has detected the faces. I can click on a face. I can actually roll it back in time to get the best face for Susan. And once I'm happy with that, well, that's the best one I'm picking. But once it's the best one, you can actually save them between the two people, which ones you like the best.
Really?
And obviously go ahead and send that or post it to Facebook. Now BlackBerry Messenger includes video calling as well. You can even share your screen in a video call. So if you want to share a document, a web page, something like that, go ahead and share it straight through BlackBerry Messenger. And BlackBerry App World has come back. It's revamped as well. And this time around, they've got movies, they've got games, they've also got music as well. Obviously, multimedia now very much a part of the BlackBerry operating system. While you see a lot of familiar names in here, what I also found, though, is there wasn't an extensive amount of apps because BlackBerry developers haven't been developing a lot of apps for them at this point in time. So hopefully, as more people adopt this operating system, there'll be more apps that are developed. But I couldn't even find a simple speed testing app for the network test. So there's still some developing to be done, and I'm sure BlackBerry's going to go ahead and incentivize those developers.
So what do you think of it?
You know, I think overall, if you get the Z10, it's definitely not going to disappoint. I rated it a 4 out of 5 possible bars of reception. The new operating system was redesigned from the bottom up. It's speedy, it's easy to use, and it's intuitive. Now, I wasn't totally impressed with the camera. For an 8-megapixel digital camera, it was about average, and battery life for me was average for a smartphone as well. But overall, if you're looking for more choice in the smartphone market, you may want to give the Z10 a chance. It gets released for AT&T this Friday for $199 on a 2-year contract. It's out next week for those on Verizon and coming soon to T-Mobile. So
and
definitely,
you can still get a physical keyboard.
You can still, yep. There's another model out there, exactly, that has a
Okay.
physical keyboard. So I know a lot of people, that's one of the reasons they held onto this one, because of the keyboard.
Right?
Absolutely.
Well, we know not everybody is as technically gifted as the Gadget Guy, but there's hope.
When we come back, Steve is going to take your calls. If you have any questions, if you're buying a computer or a TV or a cell phone, give us a call. The number is 270-9933, and Steve will take your calls when we come back.
And
thanks for sticking around, Steve.
You're
the
welcome.
Gadget Guy is going to take your calls now, and we have, I think, 2 or 3 lines open.
They're all full.
270-9933 is the number.
Let's start with Alan in Lake Delton. Hi, Alan. What's your question?
Yeah, Steve. I have this come up on my laptop. It says hidden hard drive device is infected.
Well, that doesn't sound very good.
No, it doesn't.
You know, I'm wondering if it maybe is your operating system hard drive. So sometimes what happens when you have a laptop, they've got part of it partitioned off for your operating system itself and your system files, and the other part for your data, your My Documents, programs, things like that. I'm wondering if perhaps your system files got corrupted. Now, the other possibility is this could actually be a way for an antivirus company to try and sell you their services as well. Sometimes that pops up when you're going on the internet, and those things can be phishing tools. So you want to make sure that you have an antivirus program on your computer, and make sure to use a reputable one. There's actually a website you can go to, free a-v.com, and that'll give you a free antivirus tool that you can download and go ahead and scan your computer for that. But definitely want to make sure that you're being protected on your computer.
Because there are no hidden hard drives in it.
Yeah, that one is confusing me as to why it would be hidden. Sometimes you can actually hide them, like I said, the system ones, but this sounds a little fishy.
Yeah.
So
maybe ignore it?
At least run your antivirus software.
Okay.
Just to be sure.
All right, Dave in Madison, you're next. Hi there, what's your question?
Hi. I was wondering what's the best way or place to find a used iPhone 4S or 4 that somebody might have just upgraded to a 5 from, that I'm able to use on a different prepaid carrier?
Oh, good question.
Absolutely. You know, the spot that I like to go, and I actually don't even go the carrier route anymore in terms of upgrading. Oftentimes I'll go to eBay now, and you want to make sure that you figure out which technology your prepaid provider is using. Go ahead and search for that. So they'll either be GSM, they'll be CDMA, depending on whether it came from Verizon or T-Mobile or AT&T, and just make sure that technology is compatible. You should be able to buy it right off of eBay and then pop in your SIM card if it's a GSM device, and it should activate for you, and you shouldn't have any trouble.
Just make sure it's the right.
Just make sure it's the right technology.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. John in Madison. Hi there. What's your question?
Hi. I have an internet TV with a flash drive or a flash player that allows me to watch programs from websites like Channel 3000.
Excellent.
But I can't update to the latest version. Is there an internet TV option that allows me to get the latest version of a flash player so I'm not missing anything?
Yeah, you know what I would do, and this depends on what kind of TV you have. Go to the internet, check out your TV manufacturer's website, and see if they have any updates available. I'm guessing those would typically be pushed down to you automatically if it is connected to the internet. Otherwise, you might be in the market for a new TV or something like a Roku box. You can plug those in. Those will actually automatically update for you. They'll download the latest version of that app, like the Channel 3000 app, so you can watch our programming and content like that. But definitely check out the website and see if it's going to push down anytime soon. Sometimes it takes a while for those developers to get those programs up to date.
Sometimes you have to do it manually.
Absolutely.
So go into your menu.
Yeah,
and
and sometimes go in the settings and do software update and see if it's there.
All right, let's go to Stephanie now from Madison. Hi, Stephanie. Stephanie's not there.
I think this is...
Oh, there's Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie.
Yes.
Hi, what's your question?
I was just wondering, we're looking to buy a new digital camera, wondering if there's a minimum pixel amount of pixels that they suggest to get, or optic zoom to get a decent picture.
Yeah, you just mentioned one of the big factors there. If you're planning on zooming in, optical zoom is definitely the one you want to go. What they do with the digital zoom, it actually takes the image that you have and it uses software to go ahead and zoom in, so it's really just cropping the picture and then making it bigger. You're losing pixels in the process. It's going to look a lot more fuzzy. If it's an optical zoom, it's actually using lenses, and lenses are the way to get the most pure image possible. So in terms of megapixels, right now pretty much every camera out there has some great megapixel in terms of the amount of them. You don't really need a lot unless you're planning to make a billboard or something like that. I would say right now 8 megapixels or more, you're going to be set, but the most important thing is find a manufacturer that is reputable. Look up online. I look at CNET. I like to go to sites like dealnews.com, click on the cameras. They rate the cameras based on technology as well as the bang for the buck. Want to make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck.
You can't keep up with that stuff.
That's right.
All right, Steve, great. Good questions. Thanks for calling, everybody.
Thanks for calling, everybody. Thanks, Steve. That was fun.
All right, we'll be right back.